Yeah. Yeah. This is not a letter. This is not a song. This is just the sound of me. Already gone. I've been walking on the edge so long that my feet forgot the ground. Every step I take is just another way to let you down. I've been screaming in a room with no ceiling and no door, and the echo keeps on telling me what I was good for or nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. I built a castle out of promises and watched the whole thing fall. You said hold on, I said hold who? You said calm down, I said blow through every wall you ever built. I put a hole through, now I'm standing in the rubble with the ghosts of the old you. I remember every fight like a frame in a film, every word that we swallowed like a pill that won't kill, but it numbs you just enough so you don't feel what is real. And the silence in this house is the only thing I feel. Click, click, that's the clock on the wall. Tick, tick, that's the sound of the crawl of the seconds that I wasted chasing everything but your call. Now I'm facing the reflection and I don't reap it all. So this is my last goodbye. Not a tear, not a cry, just a whisper in the dark from a man who lost his spark. I ain't asking you to wait, I ain't asking for the gate. I'm just walking through the fire, one last time before I tire. This is my last goodbye. No more wondering why, no more sleeping in the cold, no more stories left untold. When the morning comes around, I won't be above the ground. I'll be nowhere, I'll be free. That's the last of me you'll see. I've been running from my shadow since the day I learned to walk. Every mirror is a stranger and that stranger likes to talk. He says, why you still breathing? You got nothing left to give. Why you still believing that you got a right to live? And I don't have an answer, I just stand there in the steam, washing off the memory of a broken dream. You were golden, you were fire, you were everything to me. Now you just another face in the crowd I cannot see. I took the blade out of the drawer just to feel something sharp, just to know that under all this numb there's still a beat inside the dark. And it bled and it bled and it painted the floor, but it didn't bring you back through that cracked open door. So I stitched myself up with a needle and regret, made a knot out of the moments that I wish I could forget. Now I'm standing in the kitchen with the light off and the ghost of every dinner that we never got to sit on. Click, boom, that's the sound of the end. Not a fight, not a war, just a man who couldn't mend what was broken from the start. Bought you kids with broken hearts, now we're strangers in the dark with the wall between the parts. You got yours, I got mine, we've been dying for a long time. Every kiss was a goodbye that we dressed up like a lifeline, but the rope was already cut. We were falling from the jump, now I'm looking at the ground and I'm ready for the thump. Listen, I'm not asking you to forgive me, I'm not asking you to remember me with flowers in your hair. I'm asking you to forget, to let the rain wash my name off your skin. And when someone asks you about that part of your life, you just say, I knew a man once, he tried, he failed, he left, that's enough. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I said it 3 times for the holy and the liar in my mind. I said it once for the man I was before I turned to ice. I said it twice for the woman who deserved a better vice than a lover who was empty as a bottle on the floor, who could only say I love you when he didn't mean it anymore. This is not a tragedy, this is not a broken chord, this is just a man who walked away because he got bored. No, not bored. Tired of the sirens in his head, tired of the lies he fed, tired of the bed that had a dip from where you used to lay. Now it's cold and it's empty and that's where I'm gonna stay, yeah. So this isn't no explosion, no angels, no second chance. Just me, the dark, and the sound of a door closing for the last time. This is my last goodbye. Clouds rolling in again.
I wake up to the gray, same ceiling, same pain, same pressure in my chest like a train on my brain. Rain tapping on the window like it's calling my name, but I don't answer, I just stare at the flame. It's been out for days, yeah, the clouds don't wait, they just gather like hate. Heavy on my shoulder blades, turning love into late regrets. I never said, text I never sent, apologies that rotted in my throat like cement. I've been living in a storm that never breaks, just a permanent gray that shakes my ribs till they ache. Every breath I take tastes like wet concrete. Every step I make, the mud pulls my feet. I used to dance in the rain, now I just stand in the rain, hands in my chains, watching the same clouds stain the same lanes. Rain clouds follow me around town. Rain clouds never let the sun out. I try to run west, I try to pray loud, but rain clouds just laugh and sit on my mouth. Yeah, rain clouds, rain clouds, they know my address, they know my route. I remember blue skies, I remember July, I remember lying on the grass with no fear in my eyes. Now I'm staring at the ceiling fan, spinning lies. Every drop on the glass is a tear that never dry. I got thunder in my temples, lightning in my knuckles, walking through the puddle, stepping over all my struggles. The umbrella is useless when the flood is internal. I've been drowning since Tuesday and today is eternal. Rain clouds ain't weather, they a whole damn sermon. Preaching to the broken while the sky keeps burning. Cold water, learning how to turn hope into vermin. I've been searching for the sun, but the sun stopped serving. Now I'm just a silhouette in a wet jacket, walking past the places where my old self had it. Good, bad, sad, mad, all of it shattered. Rain clouds don't care, rain clouds don't matter. Some people see rain and they think of renewal. I see rain and I think of my funeral. Same clouds, same streets, same shoes full of holes. Same God that never answers, same devil that knows that I've been standing in this downpour for years, washing off the blood, but the stain never clears. Rain clouds don't leave, they just change shape, and I've been waiting for a break that was never mine to take. Rain clouds follow me around town, yeah. Rain clouds never let the sun out. I try to run west, I try to pray loud, but rain clouds just laugh and sit on my mouth. Yeah, rain cloud, they know my address, they know my route. I got used to the gray, don't leave me alone. Let it pour, let it pour, till I don't feel nothing no more. Rain cloud, it finally took me home. Empty. Nothing. Cold. Dark. Lone. I stare. into not void.
There is no light here, only shadows crawling up my spine. I left my name behind, I left my face, I left my time. The universe is just a scar across a darker, bigger skin, and I am nothing but a whisper that the silence ate within. I tried to scream, but sound does not exist inside this place. The black absorbs my voice and leaves no echo, not a trace. My lungs are full of static, and my bones are turning into dust. The void does not hate me, my friend. The void does not lust, it simply watches without eyes. It breathes without a chest. It pulls my memories one by one and puts them all to rest. I saw the stars die once before, 1 billion years ago, and every single death I felt because the void made sure I know I am not scared anymore. That is the strangest part. The void is eating every fear that used to fill my heart. My mother's face is fading now, her voice is just a tone. I am becoming nothing and I've never felt more whole. The void is calling, 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 and I am falling, falling, falling. No ground beneath me, no ceiling above, just endless darkness dressed like love. The void is holding, holding, holding. My broken soul is folding, folding. I used to run, but now I stay. The void is where I fade away.
I accelerate into the black at speeds that break the laws of physics. My consciousness is splitting into fragments, microscopic, cryptic. The emptiness is thick like tar, it coats my tongue and seals my throat. I used to pray for God to come, but now I know He never wrote a single word, a single line, a single promise made to me. The void is more authentic than the lies they tell on Sunday streets. I've seen the other side of suffering, I've tasted pure despair. And when you reach the bottom, there is nothing left to even care about the money, about the fame, about the people who forgot, about the battles that I lost, the friendships that became a rot. The void has shown me something that no therapist could ever teach, that nothing is the only thing that no one else can ever reach. Church, we break, we bend, to have no beginning, no conclusion, no beginning, no end. The stars are just the acne on the face of something vast and dead, and every word I spit right now is echoing inside your head. So tell me, are you scared yet? No, of course you are not, because the void is just reflection of the battle that you fought. The void is calling, 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 and I am falling, falling, falling. No ground beneath me, no ceiling above, just endless darkness dressed like love. They ask me if the void is lonely. I tell them no. Loneliness requires a self to miss another self, and I no longer have a self to miss. And now, so am I.
into the void. And the void stares back. And smiles.
Yeah, my heart ain't beating right, but I'm still standing. Let's go. Blood on the floor, I've been counting the steps. 2 more minutes till my lungs collect the debt. Every breath is a razor, every step is a bet against the clock that's been broken since the day I left. I've been running through the smoke with a hole in my chest. Every word that I spoke was a bullet compressed. Now my knees hit the ground, but my mind won't rest. Trying to stitch up a wound that was made by the best. They don't see the red when I walk through the crowd. They just hear the bass and they scream it loud. But my veins are a river and I'm part of the cloud. Or the blood rain falling when there's no one around. I've been praying to a God that I never found. With my palms split open on the frozen ground. Every angel in my city got a hellhole mouth. And the only way out is to bleed through the south. I'm bleeding out. Let me bleed out. Don't save me now. 'Cause I'm already saved. Okay, I'm bleeding out. Watch me bleed out. This is my final shout. Faster than a flatline, I've been racing the dark. Every scar on my body is a match and a spark. They said put the knife down, I said give me a mark. Cause I'd rather be a wound than a question at the park. My shadows getting thinner, but my voice is a shark. Biting through the silence, till the silence goes stark. I've been bleeding for a minute, not a minute is an arc. And the arc is a coffin with a lock and a raw. Blood died negative, edited aggressive. Every doctor in the building looking way too defensive. I don't need a stretcher, I need a lesson. Perspective with the pain doesn't echo when the ghosts aren't aggressive. My mother told me, son, you better learn the lesson. I say, mama, I'm a wound in the world. It's a session of the same old cutting that I can't stop guessing. Now the ceiling's getting closer and the floor is a blessing. No drums, only bass wobbling, heartbeat sit with me just for a second. Don't call the ambulance, please. I reckon I've been running from the reaper, but we finally connected. And I don't feel the pain no more, I feel protected. My fingers are cold, but my soul is corrected. Every drop that I lost was a lie. I reject it from my hand if you need it, but don't feel neglected. I'm not dying, I'm just finally being accepted. I'm bleeding out. Hear me bleed out. Don't save me now. Instead I'm blinding out. I'm bleeding out. Watch me bleed out. This is my final shout. Yeah, I'm already sick of it. I'm bleeding out. 10 seconds left, I'm a wreck on the deck. Blood spelled my name in a curse of respect. I gave everything and I got back a check. With a 0 and a dot and a broken compass neck. My phone is on the phone, stress, speed and neglect. My love turned to surgery without the inject. I'm not Henry, I'm just perfectly dissected. Bleeding out loud so the silence gets corrected. Yeah. Bobby, breath. I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out. Let me bleed out. Don't save me now. Don't save me now. Watch over my soul decay. I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out. Watch me bleed out. Watch me bleed out. This is my final shout. My body's sinking bright. I'm already sick of it. The room is getting brighter. Or maybe it's getting darker. I can't tell anymore. But I'm not scared. I'm just bleeding out.
I used to stand where the sky touched my hands. Now I'm learning how to fall.
Let me show you something beautiful breaking apart. Crown of thorns and a throne of broken glass. Every step I took I knew it wouldn't last. Built a kingdom out of lies and empty nights. Now the same hands that built it are the ones holding the knife. I remember every back that I stepped on, every promise that I made and then slept on. Hungry for the power, yeah, I fed on anybody in my way until the light was gone. You don't lose it all at once. Let me tell you, it can flow like a rust on a statue. Fresh your friends in your mind and the revenue. Then you're standing in a room with nobody to talk to. I was the king of the castle, now the castle's on fire. Every brick and every memory goes higher. Used to think that the smoke would make me stronger. Now I'm choking and I can't stay any longer. This is not a song about redemption or a lesson. This is audio evidence of a man who kept guessing. Every move was wrong, but I looked so impressive. Now the mirror shows a ghost in an expensive necklace. This is the downfall. Watch me from the ground now. I used to make the world spin around now. I'm just a name that they put in the lost and found now. This is the echo of a man who said watch me though. Now the only thing watching is a shadow. Downfall tastes like metal in a broken headlight. Tick tock, tick tock, hear the timer on my empire. Every single brick I lay now is just a pile of barbed wire. Used to walk into a room and make the temperature drop. Now I walk into a room and people ask me when I'll stop. Stop, what? Stop breathing, stop existing. Look at what I built, tell me something's missing. Oh, you mean the morals? Yeah, I left those at the door, right next to the heart that I don't use anymore. I was so busy climbing that I didn't feel the cracks. Now I'm hanging from the ceiling and I can't go back. Every hand that pulled me up, I bit it at the wrist. Now I'm making lists as everyone I made pissed. Had your name to the bottom, there's the room at the bottom. I was supposed to be a legend, now I'm just a problem. A cautionary story that they tell to the ambitious. Don't end up like him, kid, it's really not that vicious. But it is though, it's worse than you imagine. When the only thing that's real is the weight of the damage. Standing in the penthouse with the bottle and a habit, watching helicopters put the news up on a banner. This is the downfall. Watch me from the ground now. I used to make the world spin around now. I'm just a name that they put in the lost and found now. This is the echo of a man who said watch me though. Now the only thing watching is a shadow. Downfall tastes like metal in a broken halo. You want a confession? Here's your confession. I liked it. Every time I made somebody smaller just to feel taller, I liked it. Every time I said I'm sorry but I didn't mean it at all, I like the power, the way it tasted like copper, like chewing on a battery, like licking a razor, like holding a handful of nails. And now I'm the one bleeding on the floor of the cathedral I built. And God isn't here. He left around the same time I did. Nobody saves the king when the king is the monster. Nobody pulls you out when you ask for the water. I dragged every grass, yet every offer. Now the brown is a hole and the hole is my coffin. Wake up, wake up, wake up in the ashes. I used to sell dreams, now I just sell cashes. And the cash runs out and the fame runs out, and you stay staying on them that you took a bow.
This is the downfall. No one makes a sound now. I used to wear the armor, now it's falling off somehow.
Nothing. That's the worst part. Not pain, not sadness, not even regret. Just nothing.
I can feel the edges blurring, shadows stretching, colors curving. Nothing here is worth preserving. Watch me while I am swerving. I wake up but I don't remember the day. Every morning is the same, I just accept my fate. Looking at the mirror but I don't recognize the face. Someone caught a hollow shell and put me in its place. Memories of water dripping through my open hands. Used to have a master plan, now I don't understand who I was or who I am. I'm just a walking silhouette. Every step I take is heavy, like my lungs are full of lead. I've been staring at the ceiling for 1,000 lonely nights, counting all my failures under flickering blue lights. Friends are just a rumor that I heard about in dreams. Loneliness is closer than my skin, or so it seems. Used to feel the fire burning somewhere in my chest. Now the only thing that's left is cold inside my breast. Tried to hold on tighter but my fingers went right through. Faded like a photograph, there's nothing I can do. Fading, fading, I'm deteriorating. Every single second I can feel myself erasing. Fading, fading, no more hesitating. Watch me while I vanish, ain't no point in waiting. Fading, fading, memories are breaking. Everything I love is just a shadow that is shaking. Fading, fading, no more undertaking. I can hear the silence and the silence is awakening. I don't even know when I start slipping through the cracks. Maybe it was Tuesday, maybe I can't get the facts. Maybe I was always broken and I only just noticed. Every version of myself that I created, I demoted. Used to walk around like I was bulletproof and golden. Now I'm just a ghost that's in a body that is folding. Watching all my colors fade to gray and then to black. I can feel the pressure crushing me, there's no turning back. Tried to write a letter but the words dissolved on page. Tried to scream for help but I forgot to feel the rage. Everything I touch turns to dust between my claws. Every single law broke, I'm still inside the jaws of a darkness that is patient. It's been waiting for a while, now it's finally consuming me. I cannot fake a smile, I've been wearing masks so long that I forgot my real face. Faded to the background, I'm a ghost inside the space. It's a static in my eardrums, there's a void inside my ribs. Somebody keeps pulling strings, but I don't know who the fibs belong to anymore. I'm just a passenger inside a body that is rotten while I'm running, trying to hide. But there's nowhere left to run to when the enemy is you, and the war is in your skull and every thought is turning blue. I can see the finish line, it's closer than before. Fading like a candle that the wind keeps asking for. Fading, fading, I'm deteriorating. Every single second I can feel myself erasing. Fading, fading, no more hesitating. Watch me while I vanish, ain't no point in waiting. Fading, fading, memories are breaking. Everything I loved is just a shadow that is shaking. Fading, fading, no more undertaking. I can hear the silence and the silence is awakening. I've been fading for a decade, maybe longer, I don't know. Time is just a concept and it's moving way too slow or too fast. I cannot tell the difference anymore. I've been standing at the exit but I'm scared to open doors. What if there is nothing on the other side of my goodbye? What if I'm fading and I'm too afraid to even cry? Used to think that pain would make me stronger, I was wrong. Pain just made me weaker and it wrote my favorite song. And I'm singing it right now while I'm crumbling to dust. Everything I trusted turned to betrayal and disgust. People said they love me but they love the version of someone who was never real, just a puppet made of love. Now the strings are all been cut and I'm just lying on the floor. Faded like a raindrop that the tell the world I tried. Somebody tell the sun goodbye. I'm
I don't feel it anymore. Not the pain. Not the love. Not the hate. Woke up empty again, same bed, same ceiling. Same four walls, same feeling of nothing revealing. My heart used to beat, now it's just a machine, pumping liquid through pipes. No color, no dream. I stare at the mirror, a face I don't recognize. The eyes are alive, but the soul already died. I tried to cry, but the tears turned to dust. Everything I touch turns to rust. I lost the trust in myself, in the world, in the air that I breathe. Every step that I take is a step towards a grave that I dug with my own hands. No blood on the sands, just a cold empty silence that my heart demands. I scream but no sound comes out of my throat, just a hollow vibration like a broken down boat, drifting away on a sea with no waves. I was brave, now I'm just a slave to the numb. Numb, I'm so numb. I can't feel the knife. Numb, I'm so numb. I don't care about my life. Numb, I'm so numb. When they talk I just stare. Numb, I'm so numb. Empty inside I swear. Numb, I'm so numb. No more highs, no more lows. Numb, I'm so numb. Only silence that grows. Numb, I'm so numb. Put my hand on the flame. Numb, I'm so numb. I don't even feel the pain.
They ask me how I'm doing, I say fine with a smile, but the smile is a mask, it's been there for a while. Underneath there is nothing, no anger, no grief, just a black hole that swallowed every single belief. I used to love music, now the bass is just noise. I used to love her voice, now I don't even have a choice, cause the volume inside turned down to zero. I'm a ghost in the body, not a hero, not a zero, just a number, just a placeholder, just a walking corpse. Every conversation feels like a verbal court where I plead guilty to the crime of being alive, but the judge is myself and I don't wanna survive. I just wanna disappear like a deleted file. No drama, no tears, no funeral, no aisle, just a hard drive wipe, just a format clean. I was a human once, now I'm a numb machine.
Do you know what it feels like to touch fire and feel cold? To drink poison and feel full? To watch your mother cry and feel bored? That's me. That's where I live. In the space between the scream and the silence. There's no door, there's no window, there's just this.
Numb, I'm so numb. I can't feel the knife. Numb, I'm so numb. I don't care about my life. Numb, I'm so numb. When they talk I just stare. Numb, I'm so numb. Empty inside I swear. Numb, I'm so numb. No more highs, no more lows. Numb, I'm so numb. Only silence that grows. Numb, I'm so numb. Put my hand on the flame.
cut the time. I'm a puppet with no strings. I'm a bell that never rings. I'm a bird without wings. I'm the pain that never stings. I'm the song that nobody sings. I'm the wound that never bleeds. I'm the hunger that never feeds. I'm the collection of bad seeds planted in poison ground. Not a single flower found, just the roots going down to the hell without a sound. You want me to feel something? I forgot how to try. The last time I felt happy, I think I wanted to die. Cause happiness is a liar, it leaves you in the dark. I'd rather stay numb than get burned by another spark. So don't save me, don't wake me, don't shake me, don't break me. I made peace with the void, now the void wants to take me, but I'm already gone. I'm already home, in the kingdom of the numb, where I'm finally alone. Numb. No heartbeat, no breath, just bass, just